Hello, anyone and everyone who might be watching this out on YouTube. This is going to be the start of episode 3 of season 3 of Rimworld A16. Got it paused right now. Plans for this episode: this little area right here, the makeshift defensive barrier with wood walls. We'll replace that with stone, clean it up a little bit. Maybe work some more on clearing out our starting area, finish getting the wind turbine hooked up, and deal with whatever comes our way. I'm actually thinking about maybe clearing out a bedroom, building a hallway back, and branching off of that. We'll see what happens. Let's get going. Speed it up just a little bit. Nothing much going on right now. Hunting. Technically, Starlight's our only hunter, but I kind of want to use Feral to hunt stuff because he has very good stats. I don't want anyone hauling that go juice. We'll deal with that in a little bit. So Feral is going to go fight a sleeping turkey. He stabbed it and it's running. Stabbed it again and it's still running. And he killed it. Good job, Feral. Is there anything else here? We'll have him go fight a turtle. Emma Hall and stuff. So we did get the wind turbine hooked up. Right now it's only generating a paltry 122 watts, so not enough to really power anything. But at times that could be highly useful. Feral started his fight with the turtle. He stabbed out its eye. This is an ancient turtle, 158 years old. It has a bad back. Hit it in the shell. Another crack in the shell. Oh. It bit Feral in the jaw, so Super Turtle jumped up and bit him. And he got the turtle. Okay. That'll be enough for now, though. He's not bleeding badly, but it wouldn't hurt to go run him back home, put a band-aid smacked on that. I'll drop his medication priority down and speed things up a little bit. Starlight's putting a band-aid on it. Not a good band-aid either. The more brown these are, basically, see bandage quality 3%, 21%. That's with no medicine, basically, because we don't have any herbs. And I didn't want to use any of our actual medicine to take care of that, 'cause it's a small cut. Got our cotton growing. And our stockpile is full again. I probably bought way too many starting meals with us. I overestimated how many we would need. I didn't expect to get a good little starting area like this already. Everyone's waking up. So for stone blocks, we have a lot of granite because the walls around us are granite. So what I'm going to have everyone do is work on this. Clear this out. And then we're going to put new granite walls in. Oh, this bear got in a fight with something. It's a little wounded. It was fighting a turtle and is actually bleeding pretty badly. It probably wanted to eat the turtle. That's what will happen sometimes. The animals, when they get hungry, they might fight another animal or things like that. And they're working on that. So it was going to be a granite wall. We're going to build it right across here. And I'll fill that in once everyone's kind of back through. It's not a huge walk around, but we still don't want it to happen. Vex failed constructing the wall, so we lost a little bit of stone, but that's not a huge issue. Emma failed as well. Not our best builders. We have the corpse of Tau in the grave here from the guy who raided us the first time. This way none of these bears can come in through here. They could wander around, but I'm also going to take off the home zone outside of a stone wall. That way they don't run out here to clean it like Vex did, and I won't have to worry about them trying to fight a fire outside of it, because for one, stone walls, fire can't burn through them, which is nice. I'm going to go ahead and clean all this area up too. Not necessary, but I like to get it done. They're all working on their stuff, all people sleeping. Vex is doing some research. We were working on microelectronics to get better research. Feral, fully healed up, that's good. They're up cleaning that away. That shouldn't take too long, because it's just mining regular stone, which takes less time than anything else. Got a little ostrich saying hello. I think Feral was a night owl. No, he's just, he's wandering. Actually, I'm gonna have Feral fight the ostrich. You can do this. So, first strike. He stabbed out the eye of the ostrich. He got scratched by the ostrich. He cut off the tail of the ostrich. He's actually getting... And he downed the ostrich. So, go ahead and kill the ostrich, Feral. There you go. He'll stab it until it dies, and eventually time should speed back up in a second. There we go. He cut it enough to where it died. This time, though, he's a little hurt, so I'm actually going to use regular medicine. Last thing I want is him getting an infection, which we do have the medicine to treat, but I'd still rather prevent it if I can. See, there's Vex actually giving him actual medicine. That's the other thing that probably wouldn't hurt to build sometime soon, is a small infirmary. Just because a dark room with a regular bed isn't the best place to treat somebody. Haul in the rest of this little extra stone just sitting around. Got our wind turbine turning. Cut these little trees down so they don't grow over into the way. Because if anything is in this front area or in this back area, like a wall, a roof, or a tree, it basically stops all power production from the wind turbine. And we got a pretty stable little colony going on right now. No big threats, no huge issues. There is one thing I'd like to do, and that's create a proper little defensive bunker, rather than just this little sandbag fortification. I have a mod called ED Embrasures, which are basically, probably pronouncing that completely wrong, it's walls with firing ports cut into them. They are basically bunkers. So I'm just going to build a little wall around up and like that. It's just going to end up being a little defensive bunker. Just have a wood. I'll just have a steel door on it. And I'm just going to put actual little wooden floors inside of it to make it a little nicer. And what's nice is it'll allow me to shoot out through these walls at any targets. So anyone coming from here or anything like that, and they can still shoot back at me, but the chances are very diminished. More so than with sandbags. These are more expensive than sandbags, though, but they're also sturdier. So there's trade-offs. Like I said, these aren't vanilla. These are in a ED Embrasures mod. I'm just gonna go ahead and mine these three out, put actual granite walls in there. There's no really need to, but I have too much granite going around. So yeah, they'll build those walls. And that's that rock they can haul out. Basically, anyone, I can put like my survival rifles here. They can shoot anyone coming up this way. And because of that, I want to just further remove anything that could be used as cover. So just any trees. There's actually not that many. Any trees that they could have hid behind to prevent me from hitting, basically. Because it's a mix of distance, darkness at target, intervening objects, different stuff like that. I'm going to move this light just one square over. I can automatically just reinstall it over here. Because I want to put an electric tailoring bench here. Because we're about to have our cotton start growing. Oh, look at that. We actually have a group of travelers passing by. Unlike one a while ago, these don't have any items to trade. They are merely just passing by. They'll hang around for a little bit, maybe come use our table, other facilities, but they won't trade or anything like that. Feral's still recovering. 27 out of 30, 24 out of 30, 18 out of 20. He's almost fully recovered. Now, early on, you have no real way of easily getting rid of bad clothes. What I like to do is go into the Assign tab, Manage Outfits. I leave people set on anything, but what I do is I put the minimum quality to normal and the minimum hit points to 51. That way they'll only wear decent quality clothes that aren't falling apart around them. And then I'll go out and make some small stockpiles, nothing huge, and I'll set one of them to apparel that is 52 of any quality. So if there's any clothing that falls into this category of 52% to 0 hit points of any quality. They'll haul it out here. And for here, I'll put any apparel that is any hit points of awful to poor quality. Because early on, you really don't... Well, I can't have to build a fire. I prefer to just leave things sitting out. They'll deteriorate, but if someone comes by and wants to buy them, they can buy them. And then in the tailoring bench, pants, shirts, jackets. See, I actually have a mod that adds tents. I can build that little temporary structure, but we'll mess with that later. We really don't need any hats for our location, so I'm not going to mess with that. So I'm going to say do until you have so many, and I'm going to drop it down to 5. Pants first, jackets. And then for tailoring, I want Emma to do the tailoring, so I'm going to take Visla and Godwin off tailoring. Then likewise, I'm going to take Emma off most everything else. That way she'll focus on smithing, tailoring, crafting, things like that. And it'll say she's idle for now, but we'll soon get that cotton coming in. Nothing really going on. It's a slow start. No raids to worry about. We got probably should expand our stockpiles a little bit, because we're kind of running out of room for things. I could knock out a wall, push it into the freezer a little bit, but I don't want to do that quite yet. Godwin's up. Is anyone even close to getting together? There's a couple people who are getting friendly with each other, but no one that's hooked up yet. I can't buddy them up into a room. So for now, just keep on researching, keep on crafting. Everybody's idle because there's just nothing to do. Crops are going to start coming in soon, which is nice. I'm actually going to put a new growing zone if I can get a 7x7 in. I can't. I'll move it up one and get a 7x7 in. I don't believe so. Close enough. And I want this one to be... We'll make this one strawberries. We'll have strawberries, rice, and corn all growing. And honestly, it probably wouldn't hurt to have some potatoes growing as well. So 4x7, 4x7. We should have a small little potato plantation. So once again, floors, tilled soil. This way they're not all eating the same things every day, day in, day out. We've actually run out of meat, so I can't produce any more fine meals. They can only make 10 fine meals anyway. I'm actually going to open that up. There's no reason to put a cap on that. Oh, Feral is fully healed. That's good. No scars or anything. Fantastic. He's over in his room meditating. That's just another source of joy. What happens is... joy, they can build up a joy tolerance. They keep doing the same thing over and over. And right now, we really don't have much they can do for joy in the first place. So they'll go wander around. They'll do all sorts of random things to get joy. Just for the sake of future expansion, I'm going to have them start clearing all this out. I'm going to leave some tiles unclear just in case there's a roofing issue. I don't want things collapsing. So, clear all that out. And haul out that one block that's sitting back inside of here. So this is a pretty slow episode so far. Godwin's still running around naked because we haven't made pants for her yet. What's that cotton come? Ah, there we go. Research finished. Microelectronics basics. This lets us build a high-tech research bench, which works faster and lets me get higher quality research. But for now, I'm just going to get terrain rehabilitation. What that does is it lets me lay down soil in certain areas. That'd be good for, say, this little bit of stone here. I could turn that into soil. Or I could dig out, like, a chamber in here and put stone all inside of it. Make a little indoor growing chamber like I did in some of the past seasons. We're planting the last of the crops down here, which is good. You can probably hear that. That was some animals fighting. Yep. We have a warg that looks like it lost a fight to a grizzly bear, which is actually kind of surprising. We have another little pack of travelers coming by. The first one really never even made it over to our place, so I guess they didn't want to stick around. So we're mining all this out. We'll give them a haul order so they'll also bring some of it back. Oh, even better. The cotton is finished. finished. And because of that, I'm actually going to expand our little stockpile area, just so that we have room for the cotton in the first place. It's not the best expansion. It's going to become a huge mess in here. They won't like that. But we need the room for things. So now basically every open space is stockpile in here. So they'll haul that cotton in eventually. Actually, to get them to do that, I'm going to put everyone hauling 1 for just a minute, just to move stuff around, and cleaning 2 to clean up any messes they've been neglecting. And Farrell, since he can't... Oh, Farrell can haul. He was just working on harvesting. So they're going to start hauling all that cotton in, and we'll actually be able to... or cloth in. We can actually start making clothes now, because over time, all their clothing deteriorates. So they're only in the 90s right about now. It's based on how much damage they take, what weather they're in, things like that. But it'll eventually start to fall apart, and we'll need replacements. So having replacements on hand is always a good thing. Yeah, they cleared out this little mini mountain, so they're going to work on all this stuff now. They're hauling in all the wood that's been sitting out here forever. Now that they got all that done, we can put them back on regular priorities. Because they're almost done moving all that stuff in. I apologize for the rather slow episode. I guess just nothing really going on. No raids, no events. A lot of visitors, but nothing else. See, there's our wind turbine cranking out a ton of power. It's producing max is 3,000 on its own, which is more than enough to power our entire base, and then some. Because right now, our only sources of power drain are the coolers, the heater, the electric tailoring table, and the electric stove. Now for a tailoring spot, we could build a hand tailor one, but it's 50% slower. It was kind of nice is the electric tailor one can function without power, but only at 40% speed. So without power, it is slower than a hand tailor bench, but it is twice the speed with power. So they're real nice. Now see, we have this like thin rock roof. I'm gonna go ahead and just say, make this a no roof zone, so they'll tear that roof down in a minute. Same thing with all this once it gets cleared out. We don't want a roof here for when we pull the pillars out. So yeah, they'll just finish mining all that out. 1, so we have 2 more, and we can tear the pillars down. 2, and they'll get to that one in a minute. Yep, everything's going good so far. Like I said, no raids. Got a grizzly bear up here. If I was crazy, I could say Feral, go fight that grizzly bear, but I don't want to lose Feral. Oh. Speaking of Feral, he started a fight again. Let's see. Was slighted by oh, actually, Godwin started the fight. They're gonna beat on each other. This could be bad because Feral, with as great of melee as he is, could possibly beat Godwin. Yeah, that's gonna happen. Goblin got beat to death by Feral. I mean, it's a good thing Goblin wasn't one of our starting people. But see, now some people are getting my friend Godwin died. And actually, no, they're not super unhappy about it. It's only a little -10 penalty. So, yeah, Godwin's dead. We no longer have to worry about a clothing issue. That is actually going to be the end of time for this episode. So, yeah, Feral just killed somebody. And that somebody was actually the person who was supposed to be our good doctor who joined us out of nowhere. Well, we no longer have a bedroom issue at the very least. And, we can deconstruct the bed now. But like I said, that's going to be the end of this episode. Stay back, come back soon for episode 4 of Rimworld A16 Season 3. Take care, everybody.